name's Daniel Velardo. I'm an educator, run, health, and nutrition coach. And most importantly, I think a GERF advocate, which is trying to advocate for people just to eat real foods and to live by health and their well-being by nutrition and what we can get out of nutrition. And I'm here to try and, educate people around nutritional needs and, how we can lead a healthy life via nutrition and also, via healthy exercise and healthy life habits, and why it's important for that, and the focus on, getting the best out of our lifestyle and the importance of having a good quality of life to spend with your family, friends, and a range of other people. So looking forward to this presentation, and hopefully you can get a little bit out of it and take a few things away from it. Number of reasons, and for me, it's actually my number one thing. I think it means everything to me. The reason for this is I'm a father of two, so I have two young kids, a 4-year-old and a 2-year-old, and spending quality time with them for me is the most important thing in this life. And I think having my health as, also being a high priority, it allows me to do that, accurately and being able to enjoy everything I can with my kids. And I want them to also, get the most out of their life. And by me being as healthy as possible, I'm hoping that it's a role model for the kids and they can look up to that for later on and lead these habits. I'm sick of a drinking culture that we have in Australia and how it's normalized for men to, want to be seen drinking and that people thinking it's cool. As I said at the start, in terms of my work as an educator in a high school, I'm trying to break down those barriers about, drinking. Is it cool or is it not cool? We have a conversation around, drinking realistically is a drug and the effect that has on the brain and the body. And, we don't really want, or personally, my own opinion is that we don't want that to overtake anything. And, you look at all the advertising around in terms of the sporting field and even, in the health scene, there's a lot of alcohol advertising, but realistically, why is it there? And I think we all know, the reason being the bottom dollar which is the money that they're trying to get from it. But for me, it's important that, we're living life to the best as possible, including real foods in that, and, achieving things like your goals, what you want to get out of, just simple things like being able to chase your kids around, take them to places, take them to the park. Hopefully in 30 years time, I'm 33, so I'll be 63. Hopefully my kids then will be, in their early 30s, and I'm hoping that I can still do activities with them and, enjoy life as much as possible. And whenever the grandkids come, again, being able to be involved in their life and, having that time with your family, I think is really important. And for me, that's a priority as opposed to, getting drunk on the weekend or during the week, not having a few drinks and, the issues that has. And, I have a few friends always say to me, come out on it, why don't you drink or anything like that? And I'm like, no, I'd rather get up fresh in the morning and, go for a run and spend time with the kids. And for me, that's, more important. I think it's very important that we need to change that culture shift, and move away from, I'm not saying not have a good time with parties or anything like that, but, there's other ways. You don't have to drink, and, there's other ways to be entertained and, and be involved in things. So yeah, for me, the main thing for health is, spending time with the kids and family. And that's my number one priority, and being able to do as many activities as possible while we can. Because I think we all would agree that life is short and, things happen very quickly. So being able to be the best person that you can be is really important. That's a very good question. I think the first thing you need to do is set yourself a goal. And that's going to, add meaning to your life. And within that goal, you need to understand your why. So why is that goal important to you? And I think once you set that, you can then, as I said there, understand the why. Why is that important to you? What is it about that goal that makes you want to achieve? And then I think from there, that would will help you work out what's important, and you'd be able to make, decisions. Okay, if I want to achieve that goal, is my health important to be able to achieve that goal? Yes, it is. So let's just say we take a simple example of, being able to spend as much time with your kids and, being able to run around with them. Well, if you're severely overweight, is that it going to make that goal happen? No. So that would help you then, stay focused and understand why we are, want to achieve that goal. I think the second thing is getting educated. So once you have set your goal and you've got the reason behind it, I think if you don't know enough, I think getting educated is the most important thing. For step 2, you need to research and understand why it is and what's happening, and even accept that your thinking may need adjusting. So I know there's a lot of us in the nutrition scene that have done training in nutrition, and we've all gone to university or we've done different courses where we've been told one thing, and I think we're realizing now and opening our minds up, to a different way of thinking, and things aren't always as clear cut as they seem, and we need to do a bit more research and get educated and understand why things are put in place. So that's really important. I think once with your education, again, that's going to go into step 1 of setting your goal and understanding your why. You're going to become more motivated. You're going to understand it and want to be able to accomplish those goals. I think the next, for step 3, I would say is to set a plan and include actions for barriers, and what to do in times of need. So we've all been in life where, we've got a plan, but there's going to be times when, things happen. You're not going to be able to stick to that plan for whatever reason, but, understanding your triggers and what that might look like, and being able to counteract that is going to be really, really important. So, setting a plan, what is that going to look like for you? Writing it down, actually physically writing it down as well. So it's measurable and you can actually see it, on paper or however you like to do it, print it out, put it somewhere so you can always refer to it. And again, recognizing those barriers. So for example, is stress a barrier, or is a lack of sleep a barrier? When that happens, do you then consume certain types of foods as a coping mechanism? So these are things that, it's important to have a plan for, because things are going to go wrong in life, and that's just the way it is, especially when you have a family. Excuse me. That's just going to happen. So we need to be able to plan for that. Step 4 would be to put into action and have a support crew. So we've got a plan. All right. It's all good to write it down. Now commit to how we're actually going to make that happen. So again, what's it going to look like? If it's, for example, could be something simple as if you plan to, do a running event, do you have the required equipment, the required materials that you need? If you don't, go ahead and get those things to make it happen. Who's your support crew? Who can you trust for advice when you're having that crappy day? And you go to for, that bit of tough love, and when you want to vent and things like that. So having a support crew is, really critical. And this is a tough one as well, support crew, because, sometimes even with your own family, the values might be different and your reasoning might be different. So, again, there's been clients that I've worked with where, they want to go low carb to lose weight or to have a better, healthier lifestyle, but they know a barrier is going to be, their husband or wife. So, okay, how can you work around that? And, it is reality that you're not going to get everyone on board. So you've got to be able to be comfortable within your own skin, and again, understanding that why it's important to you, and the actions that's going to require. And I think the 5th thing is to actually celebrate the achievement once it happens. You put so much work into it, so I think it's important to celebrate it once it happens, and then also reset your goals from there. So you've achieved something, hopefully you see how good that feels to you and the meaning that it is, and then reset it. So what's it going to look like in the future? Okay, I've now done this. I've gained a lot of confidence from it. I'm so, proud of myself. It's had this impact on others, in a positive way. I want to keep, this momentum happening, what are some things I can then put in place and reset it? So yeah, to sum up the 5 tips, number 1, set a goal, which is going to add meaning to your life and understand your why. Step 2, get educated, research and understand that why, and accept that your thinking may need adjusting. Step 3, set a plan and include actions for barriers and what to do in times of need. Step 4, put it into action and have a support crew. And then step 5, celebrate achievements.